Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mortem, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in Dark Ages Venice. My name is Bolthra, and I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you are a first-time viewer, welcome. We're glad you found us. Please be sure to give this video a like and spread the love of Restless Barbarian Gaming. I'm going to go ahead and have my players introduce themselves, tell us who they are and who they're playing. So let's begin with Jen.
Of course. It's always me, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I just look to the other side and go.
And there I was, right?
There you go.
Okay. All right. So I'm Jen. I'm playing Iskra, who is a Bruja vampire, lots of rage, tiny little woman. You don't want to mess with her. And she doesn't use weapons, just her fists.
She is a weapon. Okay, let's go with Diver next.
When I think of Iskra, I just think of Shakespeare's phrase, though she be but little, she is fierce. Like she's embodied that entire phrase. I'm Diver. I'm playing Vincent Vivi Valorissimo, and he is sometimes a sommelier of great wine and sometimes a chipper shredder to his foes. So he just kind of alternates between those two, and occasionally, very occasionally, if you're very, very, very lucky, you will catch him doing both at the same time.
So. We watched him take apart a werewolf, so
exactly,
he does all right.
And he even took a piece of Iskra with him too. So
yeah, he did.
Collateral damage, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
It'll grow back.
Flashstone, that's how it works.
All right. Hey, Nanad is with us tonight.
Yeah. Glad to be here. What serpent? I'm Nanad. I'm the vent crew of this group, and unlike everybody else here, I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag. So
he's a patrician to anyone who asks. So.
Exactly.
And of course, Matt.
Hi, Matt. I'll be playing Praetor, a Nosferatu, former phony Centurion guard, or at least so he thought he was. Now he's not so sure. Now he's trying to find a new place in this world.
Okay. Well, in tonight's episode, we are going to first start off with our friend Iskra.
Okay.
And Jen, could you give me a rouse check, please?
Okay. Let me see where I can do that.
Character sheet.
Rouse check.
Click the rouse button. You are successful. You do not wake up any hungrier. And anyone who had spent any willpower last episode, give yourself back that dot that you had spent.
Oh.
We are going to be
on what?
If you had spent willpower last episode, which I think Vivi might have.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, I already cleared fine.
Perfect. Okay.
I didn't do it.
Okay, just want to make sure that we went over that. We're picking up about 2 nights later.
Okay.
And she has risen for the evening. Mm-hmm. And here's a knock at her door.
Okay, I go open the door.
And it is your neighbor, your new friend that you made, that you helped
move a body.
Exactly. I mean, you got to be good friends now. You helped her move a body.
Of course. I mean, that's it. You're friends for life now.
Exactly.
I mean, this
or
is
death.
Just in a whole sitcom with Iskra in her.
Yes.
So just I'm here for it now. Like it's something I look forward to every episode.
Okay.
And your new friend stands at the door, beaming, and is holding flowers up.
Oh, for me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
We have such good experience with people giving us flowers.
Of course.
Exactly. Gee, what could go wrong? And she gives you the flowers and is just standing there like,
come in.
Oh, see, and comes in and she's kind of looking around your place. Mm-hmm. You realize now that neither of you speak the same language.
No, we don't.
she seems to be speaking Spanish, so we had tried to see if, knowing Latin, you had been able to understand her. You're getting a word. You're getting a word here or there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the flowers in a vase and
Okay.
Okay. On the table somewhere. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And she just kind of stands there and kind of gives up, like This is where we were doing rolls last week.
Yes.
To see if you could kind of pick up on her body language.
Right.
She's
trying.
Let's go with insight and intelligence.
Insight and intelligence in that order.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm finally remembering to tell you in the right order.
Yes.
The way the founder does.
Okay. There's insight and intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Rolling.
Okay, 2 successes.
Okay.
She is trying to tell you kind of, how are you tonight? Like, what's going on?
Oh, how I explain? I'm gonna try Latin, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do tonight.
And she's, and then she kind of smiles and kind of makes a motion like tipping a glass, like
Yes, we can do that. Yeah,
we go.
Okay.
Now there aren't a lot of places openly at 12:02 Venice,
right?
But we're gonna say there might be a scandalous place or two that is open late.
Okay, we'll go.
So she seems, ready to go with her new friend. We have not figured out what her name is yet. So I was.
She doesn't know my name either. I never told her.
She doesn't know your name either.
Yes.
So this is where I was going to check with the peanut gallery here, and what would be a good name for this lady?
Spanish-speaking person.
Yeah, so we can give her a name.
Maria.
I was going to go with Maria is pretty much the standby if you're not sure.
It is. There's a lot of Marias.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. Her neighbor, she is now Maria. Okay. And she kind of does the Maria.
Oh, Iskra.
Iskra. See. Okay. And is ready for a medieval night on the town. So.
Okay. Let's go have some fun.
The way to the local underground establishment, well, not really underground in Venice. We'll say more of like a speakeasy kind of place.
Okay.
Takes you past the church.
Kind of trying to be subtle about not looking at it.
Yeah. She seems like she's almost forgotten that 2 nights ago
her husband had died, and you brought him to the church.
And you brought him to the church, and yet now she's kind of like, just kind of strolling by, like.
I mean, maybe she didn't like him very well. They yelled a lot.
They did. They seem to have had a strange night or two. But she is. Iskra's going to have to walk by the church. Tonight, I'm not going to make you make a roll because you're attempting to avert your eyes from the church. Yeah. Now, as you're out on the night, you do come across a group of about 3 or 4 men. You hear them before you see them. They're kind of laughing loud. And they're walking down the street. This is coming your direction.
Okay.
And they, being drunk young men, see you guys. And they begin to catcall. If I think catcalling has always been a thing. So
I guess probably. I don't know if I'll understand the words.
Yeah. Well, you get the
idea.
You get the unwholesome gestures they are making.
Wow.
As they approach you. Maria doesn't seem to be real thrilled with this, and gives them some hand gestures.
I'll do the same one, whatever she did.
Indicating what they ought to do to themselves. But these men, they had actually passed you when Maria said something, and you hear them calling like, "Hey!"
She is calling, or they are calling us?
They are calling to you. And you are past them.
Okay, I'm gonna link arms with Maria and see if we can go to the
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We are going to skip now to another place, a place we haven't been yet. We are going to be in Mahail's Haven, and I will need a rouse check from Mahail.
We'll expect nothing less.
Oh.
I wake up peckish.
Wakes up hungry. Tell us about your haven, sir.
The haven is just on the outskirts of Venice. Kind of, there's a little bit more solid land, so you can actually build something. It's a grand Italian, built in the Italian style, Venetian villa.
Okay.
With
extra villa.
What?
With extra villa.
Extra villa.
Would you like to supersize that?
Yes. So many rooms. There is like a basement, which Mihail sleeps actually in a bedroom with extremely heavy curtains with shuttered windows. There's expensive furniture everywhere, lots of various artworks, but it's kind of a bit mismatched. He's wearing a fine robe and walks out.
He's arisen for the evening. When last we saw him, there was talk of him forming an anti-corruption squad that would be reporting to the prince. The prince, the last few evenings, has not been available. You have not been able to get in contact with him, and your coterie, as it were, has sort of gone to the four winds. You haven't seen any of them in several nights.
I've probably heard about what VV's up to. He tends to be kind of high profile.
Actually, he's you may not have actually.
Okay.
I think he's been keeping it on the down low, as it were. So yeah, but you have started to engage some of your contacts in the city, and I believe you have a couple dots in contacts.
As a matter of fact, I do. I have. Give me a second. I just had one dot, but yeah.
Just one dot. Okay. What's kind of been his goal these last couple nights? Now that he, is kind of, that other Ventru who's not from Italy. What kind of what's he been up to?
Well, I think now I've kind of settled my small home away from home. And now I'm actually trying to look for people who are kind of dissatisfied with the church.
Okay.
Finding people who are kind of questioning things and thinking a bit for themselves. I'm kind of looking into things like monasteries and so on, places where you can actually find quite a lot of heresy if you know where to look.
Okay. I would like. Do you have politics?
I believe I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a intelligence and politics roll, and then you can add one die for your contacts to see kind of maybe what you've uncovered these last couple nights.
I'm going to rouse for that one.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I'll get hungry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. All right, 2 successes. Something has come to his attention at a convent. A woman by the name of Fabiola Buta has come to his attention through his contacts, and also through other kindred, we'll say. That she might be of the blood, but hasn't made her presence known in Venice.
That's interesting.
And the convent just recently had a rash of a sickness. No one's rushing to call it a plague, but Several
Yep.
several sisters have died over the last couple months.
Okay. That does sound... Yeah, well... I think I'm going to maybe visit... Is it the kind of comment where no men are allowed ever, or like men are allowed to visit?
No men. So, not even on Saturday nights. So,
damn it! I don't know any woman who I could send to a comment to investigate.
well,
Iskra would really not be a good person to send in to a comment.
Well, you do have your coterie, or your almost former coterie. Iskra is a woman.
Yes, but can you imagine Iskra going into convent?
Oh God.
I can see some good problems with that.
I can imagine it ending badly.
I can imagine it
Probably, yeah.
If I might make a suggestion, it might be, I don't know what, is it Nanads? Or Mahail's? Okay.
Yeah.
What his performance is like, subterfuge or performance, or...
That's true.
Well, I was thinking of just putting on...
You could just, this is a chance. This is an opportunity for you to become someone else.
That's not actually a bad idea, but I was thinking of something a lot simpler.
Oh.
Just dress up as a priest. I'm sure about the priest cassock somewhere.
I'm sure, and I'm sure Vivi probably
has several. We'd like to be a priest, a bishop, archbishop.
Exactly. He's like, which one do you want? I've even got the big hat for a cardinal.
That's right.
Want a mitre?
Anything you want. He'll help with this. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to just get you a nice big robe.
So to have any idea how to contact a coterie.
He's going to recommend, though, this being, a convent, that you really should just go full on and not go halfway. Just full on, the habit and everything. Change your entire gender, everything.
Actually, it should be quite easy because, the nice cover is kind of pretty shapeless, so...
Yeah, he has that too, so he can totally, get you all...
Oh, no, I have several for parties.
Okay.
I just have to... I just have to take out the stains first.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I know how to contact any of my coterie?
Not directly. Vampires tend not to give out the address of their haven, just because you don't know whoever's gonna try to fuck you over. But you
did the ranger dead drop or something?
Yeah, but you probably could contact them through perhaps the prince, or if you guys had kind of you guys didn't really talk about a central mailbox kind of location, or you could just creep around the city and see if you run into someone, which you might not. That might take a lot of the night.
Yeah. Did we arrange a drop location or something just for contact?
If we had a luck die in this game, I would say we just do it.
We could just roll one die, see what happens.
All right, just for shits and giggles, roll a d10.
There you go. Now how do you roll it? 4.
Okay.
No, we don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys had come up with a place.
We have, but fortunately, it's kind of the idea was to leave the paper on top of a table and
Yeah.
in the street, which so much has been worked out.
Yeah.
We'll say you guys established some kind of place where you could leave messages for each other. It might be decades before someone checks it, but unless someone is going to be in charge of checking the messages. Who would that be? Perhaps is there someone who would like to be in charge of? I would guess the Nosferatu would be very
I was going to suggest
That's a good.
because
Yeah,
he's
that's really good.
Pretty reliable and consistent, and I don't know. It feels to me like as a Nosferatu, he would want to handle the secret messages, you know?
I'm not against it.
Can we nominate Praetor as the guy who checks the mailbox?
Sure.
He has my vote.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll welcome us to like meet at the Palacio del Verde in
okay.
3 nights.
Okay. All right.
I hope there is a glass in there because otherwise it'll be really.
There is now. So.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that just means Green Palace, but that's what
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, all right. So we'll say you left that message,
And then I'll kind of get dust off one of my priest's outfits. Like I said, wash out the stains and.
Okay. All right. So he's going to leave that message, and then he's going to go to the convent, or is he going to wait?
I'm going
first?
to wait. I'm probably going to get a
Wait.
snack.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna kind of put you on hold for a second, and then we are gonna switch over to Praetor. I need a rouse check, please.
All right. So that's a 0. So that's 2.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I am definitely getting hungry.
Okay.
But let's see what happens when I wake up tonight.
Okay. He has risen for the evening, and remember he was staying in the church.
Yep.
He was in the upper room. He comes down for the evening. There's no one there tonight. He has not seen that young man again.
Okay.
He has gathered some information though from the locals. But I want to have you make a roll to see.
Okay.
Does he have any contacts?
No, I do not have contacts. I have. What do I have? I know I didn't buy contacts. I bought resources, herd, mask, and haven.
Okay.
So I have 1 dot of herd. That's about
Okay.
I have no contacts. I figured I was new here. I wouldn't know anybody. So
That which makes sense, but that's fine. I just want to make sure. Could you give me an intelligence and politics roll, please?
Okay. That's all of 3 dice.
Okay.
Come on. There we go. Any difficulty? 6?
Yeah.
7?
Just keep it a 6. That's fine.
Okay.
I think technically you don't have to put anything in. I think it'll let you.
I don't know if it does or doesn't. It comes up 0 for me, so I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Success 2 fail.
Ugh.
Why is it? If I have
Oh,
2 successes,
blood.
what does fail mean? Why
No,
does it come up
I
that
think
way?
it's doing difficulty in Vampire 5, which means you need to roll 6 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think,
that is. then.
I think leave the difficulty blank.
Okay. You want me to try it
and then
again?
Re-roll it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Politics and intelligence.
I think you can tell it how many successes you want. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 0.
No.
Okay.
It's all right.
No, that's okay.
He's not the political type, nor is he the smartest tool in the shed.
No, that's fine. So far, his fellow Nosferatu have not told him anything.
Yeah,
He's-
I'm new.
He's new, so yeah, they really haven't told him anything. Is he gonna go out hunting?
With a 2 hunger, yeah, I think I will.
Okay. While he is out on the prowl, he spies something on the street, and I want you to give me a wits and awareness. Sounds good.
Okay. I don't know what it did. Oh, 0 again.
Let me see
I'm
something.
not rolling any successes, so something
Yeah,
might not be
Wow,
right.
that's-
Something's not
Yeah.
right.
Let me take a look at this. So you're not putting in a modifier or anything like
Nope.
that. You're just leaving
No,
it. Okay.
they're both 0s.
I
Right,
think it's
right.
bad luck.
It's bad luck, yeah, because I just rolled something and I got I got 2 successes.
Let me just try something that I'm good at, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
Like strength plus athletics.
Yeah.
Try that.
Let's see what that does.
Well, that gives you.
Okay, so that's
something?
working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think it was just bad luck.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You you see a group of people on the street, but you can't quite make out who they are. You were kind of skulking and lurking, but they were maybe moving too quickly.
Okay.
You couldn't see who they were, but you do hear someone singing. It sounds like a drunkard is singing an old sea chanty, we'll say.
Okay.
Sea chanties would have been cool back then. So
Yeah. I will go investigate said singer.
okay, you get to an alley, and there is a guy pissing on a barrel, going.
Yeah, swinging along.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I have a Sandman thing,
Mhm.
and I remember that's because I like to drink while they're sleeping.
Yeah, he's not asleep.
So, no, he's not. But I'm gonna try to make him be so, or at least unconscious. So we're gonna do Kung Fu Chop.
Okay.
Try to do the Vulcan nerve pinch or whatever. You know,
There you
just
go.
kind of.
He is very drunk, so you don't necessarily need to be stealthy to approach him.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be, or not trying to be. But I do
Okay.
want to, kind of give him a clout to the head to see if it'll knock him unconscious.
Okay. All right. Strength and brawl.
I'm good at those. That looks better. 2
Ooh.
successes, but a possible bestial failure.
Yeah. Okay. It has to do with your blood dice.
Okay.
So you succeed, but there is a complication.
Okay.
When you hit him, he calls out, and he yells out. He goes, "Ah!"
Time to kind of throw my arm around him and come on, brother, let's go.
Okay. and he's looking at you. But you hit me.
That's because you're being stupid. Now come on.
Iskra, you
Mhm.
heard somebody cry out about less than half a block away. You heard somebody go, "Ah!" And even
gonna-
Maria turns around like,
Yeah.
What was that?
And Praetor will try to lead him further down the alley, or maybe out of the alley if we're already at
Okay.
the end.
Yeah,
The-
I'm gonna start saying, "Come on, let's go see."
Okay. The group of 3 cat callers was 4.
Uh-huh.
One of them had peeled off to use the restroom. You hadn't noticed. So the other 3 go racing towards the sound of the noise.
Okay. Does it go around us? You know?
Yeah, they basically went around you,
Mhm.
racing towards the sound.
Yeah.
Praetor, as you're leading your friend out of the alley, 3 drunk young men approach. the
Oh,
edge of
hello
the
there.
alley. And they're like, "Hey, get your hands off our friend."
Praetor will throw him at the gang, like kind of shove him. He's drunk. you should take him home.
Get help!
And the guy is like holding his head. It's like bleeding, and he's like, he hit me.
He's drunk. He doesn't remember what happened.
They're looking at their friend. They're going, "He's bleeding." All 3 of them.
Yeah, he
produce
found him that
knives.
way.
They
He
produce
probably
knives.
fell down.
Oh no.
The three of them produce knives. Now, Iskra,
Mhm.
you and Maria are approaching from the rear of these guys, as 3 of them have pulled knives on
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I think I'm gonna jump the closest one and grab him by his neck,
Praetor. Okay.
choke him out
Okay.
if I can.
We are entering improvised combat.
We are.
Um,
She
so
doesn't use
that,
knives, so.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
so that is going to be Dex and Melee.
Okay.
Melee and Dex. Melee and Dex.
Melee and Dex. Okay, there's melee and dexterity is here. Roll. Oh no. Oh
3
wait, no, there's
successes.
some. There's some. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Okay.
grab one and try to like choke him out.
You're trying to choke him with a knife.
No, I don't use knives. I've never used knives. Iskra's
Thought
never
you
used
said
knives.
Thought you said you had a knife.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
No?
She doesn't
He was
use
going-
knives. She just does
Oh.
it herself.
Oh, all right. Then okay, that was technically supposed to be strength and
should I
strength and
re-roll?
brawl. Yeah, please. I thought you were using a knife. That's
No,
why I was-
Iskra has never used knives. She's a weapon on
I guess
her
I heard
own,
knife
so-
and thought, okay, she's using a
No.
knife.
Okay, so what am I rolling now?
Brawl, strength.
Brawl.
Is
Okay, brawl and strength. This.
how you're
will-
trying to choke him. So.
Yeah. That didn't work
Oh,
very well.
okay. You succeed with a complication.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
When you grab this guy,
Uh-huh.
your fangs pop out. So as you're holding him, you're like,
Yeah.
because the beast in you is like anger.
Exactly. Yeah. Rage. Much
this,
rage.
Yep. This
Mhm.
guy, he can't quite see it because you're holding him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his friends are like, devil! They start shouting like devil. They're screaming like devil.
No.
I'm gonna let Praetor go next because these two guys are now. The other guys are distracted. One guy's bleeding. The other two are distracted. So
Praetor will try to take the one that's bleeding. Let's hide and pull him back into the alley.
Okay. Strength and brawl, please.
Okay. Two.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You kind of drag him back.
Okay.
He's
Let's hide.
Okay. Now, the guy who Iskra is holding
Jumped.
is he is now going to try to break out to see if
Okay.
he can break your mighty grip. Actually, that's too much for him. No, I'm just looking at something. Okay.
That's fine. Mhm.
Alrighty. He's going to see if he can break your mighty grip.
Mhm.
Oh, give me a strength and brawl, please. This is going to be a
Strength and brawl.
contested.
In that order, strength and brawl, or other way around?
Brawl and strength. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brawl and strength. Here we go.
Your hands are slippery with sweat, and he's managed to like push away from you,
Okay.
and he's shouting "Devil, devil!" and you're still
Don't mess with me.
The other two, they have their knives out, but they take off running. They run past Maria, so they were such good friends. They've now left one friend, and Praetor has grabbed the other guy and absconded into the alley.
In the darkness.
Yeah. Iskra, what would you like to do? Now Maria is there. And
Okay.
is watching this. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna get a little closer to him and say, "You should run."
Okay. So you're using dominate.
Yeah, I guess so.
All
Dominate. Where's dominate on
right.
this?
I believe you have dominate. Let's look at your character sheet.
Trying to figure it out.
Let's see, disciplines, and you do. You have cloud mind.
Okay, I could do that.
Which
yeah.
no roll is required against an unprepared mortal victim.
Okay.
Clouding the memory of the resisting victim. Okay, so you're not rolling against another vampire. So yeah. So okay, so you say you should run.
You should run.
And
And
he's
like take a step forward.
yeah, and he
Go.
and he, just has his knife and he kind of like shoves Maria a little bit to get out of the way.
Oh,
and
okay.
runs past her.
I'm gonna go pick up Maria. like-
She gets up, and your fangs are still out, and she's looking at you like,
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Praetor, you and your friend have gone back into the alley.
All right. Time for breakfast.
Okay.
God.
Try to fight him.
Okay. Strength and brawl to just like hold him and feed.
Mhm.
Can't even tell. Okay, 4 successes with a possible bestial failure.
Yeah. Again, it's your blood die.
I don't see a difference in the dice, so because they show up for like 2 seconds and then disappear. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm successful till I see the thing on the side.
Yeah. Your fangs pop out,
That's okay. I wanted them to.
Your face is monstrous.
Yes, it is.
Maria catches a little bit of a glimpse of it. How many dots are you taking?
I'll take 2 to ease the hunger, and
okay.
that's it.
One thing we've been doing wrong that I noticed is if you take all the dots that you basically need, from what I understand, that's supposed to kill the person. We've been doing that wrong.
Okay.
So yeah, well, we're going to start fresh going forward.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that wrong because we've always been like, oh, like in a video game, I just drain them and get all my bones.
Yeah.
We've been doing that wrong. So
you can only get down to 1.
Yes.
And once you're
well, then that's fine. I'll just ease off to 1.
Yeah, that's that's what I figured you were going to do, but I wanted to make sure that we cleared that up for going forward.
Yeah, that's fine.
For 5 games, I've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, 2 dots of hunger slaked is safe. Anything above that is a little bit dangerous, and then 5 dots or whatever,
or raving beast.
Yes, exactly. Slaking them all the way to nothing is they're going to be. Nothing but exsanguinated.
Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So you take your 1, so now you're down to 1. Down to 1 hunger. Okay.
That's fine. And hopefully he decides to. If he doesn't pass out from this, do they have that bliss thing like they used to?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little fuzzy for them. It's just like they get a little woozy. It's just like whoa.
And he's drunk. And he's drunk.
Already drunk.
He's drunk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll put him behind something, just whatever else is down the alley. Let him lay down.
Maybe the barrel he pissed on.
Yeah. Wherever you lay him in his own piss. Yeah, that's it. He was pissing on something earlier. We'll just lay him down there.
No.
Oops, you slipped. Hit your head on the wall. Yeah, that's it. That's a ticket.
Maria is mumbling to herself, like and she's looking at her one friend, her Iskra. She has met, who is now a monster, and what is that monster down the street? She's just you understand the word Diablo. What a coincidence!
What a coincidence!
Exactly, she seems like now ready to bolt. She's Praetor. You now notice this woman with Iskra is now panicked.
What am I gonna do?
Like she needs to run.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
You could just cloud her mind. Just say.
I'm probably going to from this.
Praetor will speak in Venetian. Who are you, ma'am?
And she doesn't speak Venetian.
No, she speaks Spanish.
She speaks Spanish. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Then he'll look at, he will still say that, but when she doesn't respond. She doesn't know. What does she speak? Can any of you communicate with this woman?
Try Latin.
I'm not good at Latin.
Not either, but it's working a little.
Praetor has 1 academics, so he probably knows enough Latin to get by.
Which, that's what we've said. If you had 1
that's
academic,
what we've been trying to do.
You could read Latin and maybe speak some of it.
So Praetor will try to say, calm down.
She's in an absolute panic. She is trying to pull away from Iskra.
Is Iskra holding on to her?
No, I'm gonna let her go.
You're gonna let her go? She's gonna run.
She can run. Okay. I'll need a new place to stay.
Screaming into the night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We should probably go elsewhere, Iskra.
I know.
Perhaps we should go check on our messages to see if there are any.
Okay. Yeah. That's. I can't go back to where I was living now.
Sorry.
You're muted, Mahail.
Oh. With that, Praetor will begin to walk off.
Okay, so 2 of you are leaving then to go check the mail?
We'll go check the mail.
Iskra can't read, so you're going to have to tell her what it says.
I spent some time learning the language.
And Matt, you'll appreciate this reference. There is a letter in your mailbox.
Yes, there is.
What does it say?
Message for you, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying, hi, haven't seen you in a long time. Let's meet at the Palazzo di Verdi in 2 nights. Around 10.
Assuming he dated this.
Yeah, I did.
They would know when.
Yeah. 3 days from
years
when?
later.
So when did he leave this? Is this earlier this evening,
Yeah,
essentially?
Yeah.
let's say earlier this evening.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
seen me walking off.
So we were fortuitous in arriving to check our messages. It seems that Mahail wants to meet with us in 3 days hence.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I have
Yeah,
I don't
no
know where I'm
message-
going now,
any-
though. I mean,
Well, he'll
most
tell you the
most meetings very
location.
neutral, so if somebody does stumble across it, it just
It's not
sounds
a
like
church,
an
is
arranging
it?
meeting. No.
No.
Okay, then we're fine.
okay, yeah, I can't go back
He'll
to
tell
my
you the
flat.
location,
We
and
can't.
you know,
Yeah.
If
There's,
worst
there's
case-
like a little like tavern kind of place there. Let's
okay.
say.
If Iskra isn't familiar with it, between now and then, Praetor will attempt. He will go find it, and then we could at least meet here, and I can lead her there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can't go back to my flat. She saw the fangs. I didn't bite anyone, but I don't know.
Bestial failures are a bitch. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both had a momentary lapse in discretion.
Yeah.
Let us hope that does not continue. I have nothing else planned for this evening other than to look around town for any perhaps anything interesting or fun or new to learn. What did you have planned?
Well, we were going to a bar, but now we're not.
Yeah.
You know? Some kind
Well,
of
I have drank my fill for the evening. If you'll perhaps you would accompany me and around the town,
sure.
and we could just see what's going on.
Yeah.
There's bound to be
let's
plenty
do
here.
that. I'm sure my friend is never going to try to talk to me again. So.
That is a shame.
Yeah, she was nice. I helped her with her husband. Brought
Oh,
his body to a church and ran out.
oh. Well, that church is where I've been staying upstairs. The elderly
Oh.
priest doesn't go up there very often.
Oh, okay. Maybe I could stay with you for a little bit.
Perhaps I think that might be easy.
I don't want to go
Yeah.
back because I
Oh.
think I don't know what they'll do. You know,
Those are going to be
I
some
mean,
heavy rolls.
I mean, you're welcome to, but I know of your aversion to such facilities.
I know, but I don't know where else to go right now. I can't go
Well,
back there.
technically,
don't
where I
know what
reside
happened.
isn't the church. It's more of a
It's above
small
the
room.
church.
Huh?
It's
That's what?
above the
Above the,
church.
above the church, yes. But
It's not in the building.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
I-
looking at the altar or any of the crosses or any of the
I-
religious
Mm,
iconography.
we were before under a church. I guess I could be above one.
Did it bother you being underneath?
Yeah, a little. Remember,
Then
you took
above
all those
will
things out
probably
of the
not
room.
suit you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Perhaps
just-
we need to find someplace else for you to stay then this evening.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Let us go about town and search for a new place that we can at least use temporarily.
Okay.
I could use a new place myself, in fact. I don't want to stay in the church. Eventually, I may be found there, especially if the old priest passes along.
Okay.
And it has been I've had visitors far too often for my liking. So let us perhaps
well,
see
that
if there's
body
anything.
was Maria's husband. He died, and she pointed me towards the church, and I picked him up, and that seemed to surprise her. So
Your size does belie your strength.
I know.
But let us move then. Let us see if we can
Okay.
perhaps find a better place. I have been thinking about trying to see which businesses might be best suitable for one of our ilk.
Oh.
I thought about perhaps a smith or a leather worker, somewhere where there is much, how shall I say, trade, but not necessarily a lot of, like, I guess transient business is what I'm looking for. People who are only there for short periods or very irregular periods. Smiths are known to work long hours, long times, and they work alone generally. Leather
Yeah.
workers could be short term.
Smiths work with fire, so that might be a slight problem.
I'm not so worried about the fire.
Not at night, though. But during the day, yes.
Yeah.
At night it's less of a problem.
I don't know. Fire's not good.
Well, the leather worker
Find
might be
some.
another
Maybe.
worthwhile look. Perhaps
Yeah.
let us see if there's anyone around, or perhaps anything won't do at this point, since you have no place else to go. And I don't think my current
cannot go
domicile
back.
will work for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's difficult.
All right.
Let us be off then.
Okay.
So we're going to change from that scene
Mhm.
to our friend Vivi has awoken for the evening. May I have a rouse check, please?
Of course. He's feeling just gross.
Alrighty. He had previously, when he had spoken to one of his elders, or excuse me, one of his clanmates, Philippa, had mentioned that there was a member of their clan who had contacts among the Cappadocians, and had
And the Giovanni, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And had mentioned that Vivi could check in with this person, but
She agreed to.
but had said, "Don't tell him I told you."
Right. Discretion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the order of the evening. So
Exactly. So he can contact Archbishop Pietro Rosano if he would like to get more information.
He would absolutely like to. Yeah, he pretty much made preparations to do so the night previous after talking with Philippa. He doesn't want to waste her time. He's already getting a commission from her, and he got a fantastic bottle of Italian red, and so all the appropriate payments and agreements have been made. And as such, he needs to maintain his reputation as someone that can be relied upon to close the deal. So yeah, he's all ready to go find Archbishop Pietro.
Okay. The Archbishop lives in Venice itself. His residence is attached to a cathedral. It is an opulent building. The residence for him is just as beautiful as the church itself, on the outside, on the inside. Does he approach the door directly, or does he find a way in?
That's a great question. Well, first of all, he's blushing, so he looks just like everybody else, and there's just not, there's breath. There's, everything is there. So he's dressed in normal. He's acquired himself a lovely set of Venetian clothes. So he looks just like one of the locals, and so he has no reason not to trust this person, so he's going to go in through the front door. Yeah.
Okay. Knocks at the front door. A servant comes after a few moments and looks like bleary-eyed, and is like, looks out and he's like, "We are not buying anything tonight, sir." Who calls at such a strange hour?
It is very late. You're exactly right, and I just happened to be expected. I just I have an appointment with Pietro, and so yeah, I'm sorry. He must not have communicated that information to you. You can let him know that Vincent is here to see him.
He looks offended. First of all, you called the Archbishop by his name. Second of all, how dare you say that he's forgotten an appointment that would be in the evening? Give me a wits and occult, please.
Works for me. This is gonna be terrible. I got no occult.
Okay.
That's a 1 success.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would guess this guy is probably a ghoul. Maybe not a regular servant, and he's not as much sleepy as he looks exhausted, like he's been up lots of hours. But he does have this indignant look on his face, like, how dare you question my my schedule keeping and my so.
You know what? You're right. You're exactly right. And I need to obviously enlist the services of the Archbishop to receive forgiveness, and for my sins and my indiscretions rather, and really. So you see, I've arrived at the perfect time at the perfect place, because this is exactly what I need to do. I've clearly offended you. I need to really just make good on that, and I'm so sorry. I really am. Mea culpa.
Could you give me a what are you better at, charisma or manipulation?
Let's do charisma.
Charisma and performance.
Okay.
Can you sell it?
I'm going to surge this, because he needs to sell it. So I'm going to rouse here and surge. That is a successful rouse. So he's not going to get hungrier. Yeah. And we are going to just lay it on thick. Okay, that's terrible. I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to spend a willpower to re-roll that.
Yeah, you can.
This is
roll.
not something. Smooth talking is what he is. He's so much better at killing people quickly, and so, There we go. That's much better. That's four. That's actually a messy critical. So he lays it on thick so much that it's perhaps a little over the top. So
he does such a good job at it. The guy nods and steps back and says, "You may wait here. I will summon the Archbishop." If you had not done so well, you would have been shut the door and you're shit out of luck. So he lets
blessings
you in.
upon you. Yes, thank you.
He lets you in and sit in this little sitting room kind of thing, and it is immaculate. You're like, wow, I didn't know the church had this much money. While there's people starving.
Loaded, and no fun happening here at all, or they clean very well. So
within a few moments, a figure arrives in the room with kind of salt and pepper hair that's receding hairline, looks to be about maybe early 40s, is dressed in probably just a very expensive looking tunic, has a large cross around his neck.
Is it gold? Is it it's opulent? It's
it's the real thing.
It's a custom design. Yeah.
Exactly. And he kind of looks down his nose at you and he says, "So you've come for me then?"
He's going to Vincent is going to stand up. He's going to flourish and bow. He's I have it on good authority that you are a rather important individual with whom I need to have a particular conversation. If that's what you mean, I certainly that is my intention here.
He shifts his weight a little bit. He's like, "Conversation is all we're going to be doing?"
Were you expecting something else? I am well versed in many other things, but I just assumed that that's all we were doing. And perhaps what was the guy's name again?
You can give a name.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps you're. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is part of that. Your expectations of what we were going to do, or does he normally join in, or?
Oh no.
And he looks at you like you're a fool or something. He's like, he says, "That isn't what I expected, but your reputation precedes you, assassin. I didn't expect you to come in through the front door."
Oh, yes, okay. Well, as I said, I am well versed in many things, and I did not realize that it was not my understanding that you had a profitable target painted on your back. I'm so sorry that you, that you're suffering with that. Perhaps I can ease your burden.
What may I do for you?
As I said, I come with a conversation, and that's really all I'm here to do tonight. I'm not on the payroll
and he kind of slides into a chair across from you.
Are we going to do this with him here? So point to the goal.
And,
yeah.
Oh, and he looks over at the servant and just kind of snaps his fingers, and the guy disappears.
Bye. All right. So he's going to relax a little bit and say, so he's going to sit down across from him and kind of lean over conspiratorially and basically say, it is my understanding that you have cultivated certain relationships with other well-off individuals in the city of our particular persuasion.
I have.
This is why I'm here tonight. And so basically he's going to next talk to him about, he's going to try to get from him like what his deals are with the Cappadocians and the Giovanni. So he's going to do a little kind of Q&A with him here. He's like, what are your relationships with these two particular well-moneyed clans?
Okay. We'll speed it up a little bit. We're not gonna charisma and let's see.
Investigation.
It could be charisma investigation. Are you, because you've already kind of sold who you are.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say charisma and investigation would probably work.
Let's do that.
And if you fumble, you'll need etiquette after that. So.
That's good to know. You know what? With that kind of caveat, I am going to rouse, and that's going to make me a little hungrier.
Yeah.
But that's
what is he at now? Is he at 2 or 3?
He's at 2. Yeah, so
Okay.
he's still all right. He could eat, but he's still all right.
Okay.
Actually, should have rolled that afterwards, but yeah. All right.
Oof.
That's
nice.
4 successes, so that's not terrible. Yeah.
Okay. He will tell you that there is an elder of the Cappadocian clan who he has a arrangement with, shall we say. There are the poor of the city who die, and most burials are done off of the main islands of Venice, because Venice is just a series of islands, basically, with bridges connecting them. And those particular bodies are taken elsewhere, shall we say. And that he basically has a deal with a Cappadocian by the name of Amelia Ardito. That
it's not the same person that was dealing with Vivi some nights ago, right?
Nope.
Okay.
No. You don't know this name, but that the less desirable bodies are sold to this woman. There is a barge that departs on regular evenings to take bodies to this island. And he has not taken this barge himself. He makes this look like, that's distasteful.
It's foul. Yeah.
But I am told Amelia is there most evenings receiving these bodies for her clan's purposes, and he kind of like just wipes his mouth with a handkerchief. Like, I would assume that would be a way to meet up with Amelia and make your own invitation or a way to meet the Cappadocian clan.
Well, that's helpful. Do you have any such contacts or information about the Giovanni?
And he kind of sneers, and he says, the upstart family.
Yeah, that's what I hear about them anyway. Yeah.
It's like, I have no contacts with them. And really my contact with the Cappadocians is, I try to keep that as secret as I can. And he kind of leans in. He's like, I trust you'll keep our secret.
Of course. We share a certain lineage, as it were. So I absolutely am on your side in this, and we're just trying to get a better understanding of the significant players, as it were, and the potential for competition has arisen, in this regard, and so it's just one that you've been a lot of help, and if I trust you've told me the truth, about everything. If I
kind of sneers like,
if I encounter any problems, I may be inclined to reach out to certain contacts of mine to find out just how much they're paying for your head. I just, it's just business. Okay, it's nothing personal. I just want you to know, like, ahead of time, so in case there was anything else you might want to share with me. And he's intimidating him now.
Could you roll manipulation and intimidation?
Yeah. So I will absolutely do that.
And he's going to get a chance to respond, as it were. So.
Yeah. That's I can do better than that. So I'm gonna spend a willpower and reroll.
Okay.
Yeah. I like higher numbers. So I know that not everybody's a fan of higher numbers, but I am. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not better. So. All right.
Oh, okay.
Not as intimidating as I was hoping to be.
He bears his fangs at you.
Okay. All right.
And he's like, how dare you come into my house when I have treated you with hospitality, threaten me with possible destruction. Get out of my house.
I guess I'll receive no forgiveness tonight. You gotta go. So, it's been wonderful meeting you.
Yes,
I was just trying to give you. Okay.
His eyes are like almost like flaring red while he's like,
all right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Before he had to start using disciplines. So, okay. All right. You actually should have stayed with the original roll. You would have done better.
It would have been better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you now have some information about this barge.
Yes.
It leaves, and it turns out it will be leaving tonight around midnight.
How traumatic and fortuitous, though.
Exactly.
I will head right there.
Okay. We are going to switch back over to Mahail again. He's dropped off the note. Anything he wants to do after that?
Is there a place that I might be able to find? Is there an Elysium in Venice which is accessible?
Not really. Not this. There's not really at this time. That seems to be a concept that's going to come later. The prince hasn't really been accepting or hasn't really been seeing anyone these last couple weeks. You can always stop by and talk to Guillermo, but no, there hasn't really been a there in terms of Ventru in the city. There's really not many at the moment. There is at this time there really isn't a primogen. That concept hasn't started yet. The highest ranking Ventru in the city would be a woman by the name of Immaculata Mani, which you have not met. You have a reputation as a Ventru, but you have not met any other Ventru from the city. All the Ventru you met previously were from outside. They were there just for the council. So.
Okay, now I have no idea how to get in hold of Makulata.
That would probably be a
Guillermo might know.
Intelligence. Yeah, you could maybe talk to him, but then it's probably going to be. Okay, if you want to go talk to him first, then
I'll go talk to him.
We'll kind of go from there. You arrive at the prince's domain, and you are greeted by a ghoul who does take you to Guillermo. To kind of speed it up a little bit, how are you trying to ask this information? Are you trying to be friendly? You're trying to be manipulative? What?
I'm just trying to be friendly. Well, I'm being manipulative, but in a friendly way.
Okay.
Basically, just saying, as a Ventru who's new to the city, I would actually like to meet my clanmates to present myself. This is a point of decorum. Because it's kind of rude. They live here.
Of course, yeah. Try charisma and politics, please.
Okay, I'm going to rouse just to increase my up and get hungrier.
Okay, what are you up to?
2.
Okay.
2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. He will tell you that as far as he knows, the elder doesn't really have anywhere that that she regularly meets with people. He suppose a message could probably be delivered through diplomatic means, but he's a Lasombra, so he's kind of snooty towards Ventru, and is like, I suppose through diplomatic channels I could send a message and ask that you be introduced.
I would really appreciate that. Do you mind if I write a message and I pick up a quill and some ink?
Okay.
I assume he has.
Oh yeah. He has all that, and he even offers you a way to put a wax seal on it, because so nobody looks at it.
Yeah. I assume I have a signet ring, since I actually have.
That's what I was going to say. I'm sure you have a signet ring. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A big old M on it. So okay. All right. Yeah, and he
and try not to frenzy when I actually heat it up.
And he says it will be delivered.
Well, thank you kindly. So, has there been any news in the city? What is the prince doing?
The prince has been rather busy with the fallout from the failed crusade. The Crusaders did not come to Venice as they were thought to be coming, and any who were here have left. All the forces that were planned to gather in Venice went to Dalmatia instead. So the city is dealing with the loss of revenue, and it's something that he's having to smooth over with his various contacts, and that's about where he leaves it.
Okay, can I make a subterfuge check to see if he's lying to me?
Of course you can. Let's see, that would probably be intelligence and subterfuge.
Three successes. Well, no, possibly still fair.
Yeah, you guys are getting a lot of those tonight. You think so? Again, it's a success with a complication. On the face of it, it sounds legit, because based on what you knew when you came to the city, but your beast is getting a little paranoid. Maybe he's looking into something else.
Maybe.
Does he know? Does he know about me?
I try to keep a poker face.
Is there a reason that the Ventru don't want to talk to me? Do they know I'm not a Ventru?
Yeah. Well, thank you kindly, and excuse myself, and then go looking for a drink.
Okay. Okay. Does he have a particular type?
Well, I'm a scene queen, but I haven't actually had a chance to establish a
You
scene.
go to one of the nightclubs. No.
I'm thinking more kind of almost like a semi-cult type thing rather than...
Local cult this way.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to establish one, but I haven't got one yet.
Yeah. That is something he has not uncovered just yet. So he would probably have to resort to just regular hunting. I'm going to find some ladies of the night because I have lots of money to throw around. In our games, poor hookers. Okay. It's getting into the later evening. Wits and investigation then to find out where maybe you could track down a brothel or something.
Okay, it's investigation wits.
Oh.
Also missing. It's a fairness, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys. Well, it's blood dice though. It's because you've got blood dice in there. You have a bigger chance of it.
Or says it does so.
You, from your roam, actually, you rolled wits and wits. Now that I look at it.
Oops.
Oh.
you I'm gonna let you re-roll. Do investigation and wits again. You may get out of this. That's better. Okay. All right, I'm gonna retract what I was thinking. Okay. You know from kind of roaming the nights that you can see a certain look in mortals' eyes. That there's some that have a particular hunger, and your clan specializes in sometimes feeding that hunger, feeding into the corruption. You can tell by the look in a man's eyes, he's looking for something. And you watch several men head to kind of a nondescript building. There's a knock at the door. They go in. A couple of minutes. A couple other men come out. So, with your past success and your role here, you're like, all right, there's something going on in that building. There's something somebody's looking for.
Well, I'll go in there then.
Okay.
Just strolling.
Okay, I would just open the door like you own the place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you open the door. There's a big burly man who's smells of BO and bad wine, jumps up, and he says, "You didn't knock."
I'm sorry. I go back outside and knock.
Okay. All right. You knock?
Yes.
He opens the door. He says, "Fuck off."
Could I interest you? Can I interest you come in putting basically the amount of money which to me would be very little. I have resources 5.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Your
yeah.
average man in the street would be about a day's wages. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you show him money, he's gonna be like, "Come right in."
Sir.
With that much money you show him, come right in, sir.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your pleasure, sir?
What do you have on offer?
There are, at the other side of the room, there are 2 very skinny young men, an older woman, older back then probably means like late 20s, and a someone you can't quite tell how old they are, but this place is pretty sketch even by by medieval terms.
Okay, that's.
And there is lots of noise coming from upstairs. You hear groaning and maybe slapping, and he's
Okay.
like, I'm afraid this is all that's available at the moment, sir, unless you'd like to wait.
Oh, that'll do fine. I think whichever of them is actually looks like they're not completely beaten down.
They all look pretty beaten down. They're all just kind of sitting there listlessly, like none of them. And I think you have don't you have like a charming or something like that, or beautiful kind of?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. Yeah, they were pretty listless but all of them kind of perk up a little bit when you come in. Okay, yeah, and the one that obviously looks like a child doesn't perk up very much, but the woman and the two young men kind of, they kind of start straightening themselves. They're straightening their beaten old clothes and kind of winking at you. So,
I'll pick one of the men
because you have charmed them. So
yeah, can I have your best room for now?
He's like, of course. The bouncer is like, of course, sir. And he's like, so you've picked one. Okay.
Yeah.
Takes you up these short little stairs to a room no bigger than a closet. It smells horribly. You don't want to probably see what's on the floor. And then he just kind of he lights a candle, and then you can no, we're not going to describe the room.
No.
But it's pretty bad. And he closes the door behind you.
I think I'm going to feed on the person, like kind of quite gently, and actually try and talk to them about like the underworld of Venice.
Okay, all right.
Because if I'm trying to start a cult, then I want to have contact with the disenfranchised, the down. People who don't have hope, so I can give them some.
So, are you trying to be charismatic about it, or are you trying to manipulate them?
I'm trying to be charismatic about it. Actually,
like
let them kind of get them started and let them do more.
Okay, all right. Well, they go to try to do something for you. They're like, "You're very cold."
That's fine. I take a sip.
Okay, all right.
It's a cold night.
Give me charisma and investigation, please.
Okay. Do I get to add my 1 dot of for having good looks?
Sure. They're touching your cold dead flesh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Messy critical.
They are enthralled with you and will do basically whatever you say. And excuse me, I take that back. They're going to tell you anything they know. You haven't tried to. You're just trying to get them to give you information. They tell you that some of their customers have gone to a convent where apparently there's the nuns are maybe not all what they seem, and that certain people seem to really enjoy this place, and they say, no, I mean, we think we do a pretty good job here. I mean, and you can get as basically as freaky as you want, but I guess if the people of the cloth are more your styles, or we can't really compete with that.
No, that's fine. That's very interesting. Also, try to gently prod him to see if there are any other vampires which make use of this place. Obviously, he wouldn't. I don't have directly asked him. Have you seen any vampires? Are there any? But
they're like, we don't. We haven't seen any beasts such as that. He's like, no. As beaten down as we are, somehow we think we're just beyond God's help here, and hopefully no horrible creatures like that ever come in here.
That's fine. You don't need God's help. You've got your own. I'm going to feed from him and use a lingering kiss.
Okay. All right. Is there a roll for that?
No.
No. Okay. All right, so that's okay. Yeah, they are enthralled with you.
Yeah.
But by the end, they are ready to can I leave with you? I mean,
Yeah, I'll find out.
Yeah.
Find out where they live and so on.
They're like I
You
live
now
here.
have stalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah. They say their name is Jaime. Jaime, and they and he will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Well, that's good. Excellent.
So
Yeah,
write that down, and let me write it down too. You have made a new friend by the name of Jaime. So.
Yes, friend. That's the one way of putting it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should actually. I'm planning to having a soiree sometime soon. Maybe I should meet you and a couple friends. And...
Whatever you want, Master. It is just the lingering kiss is the thing that really
it's kind of
plays into this. So, okay, all right.
I said thank you. Give him like a very good payment.
Oh yeah. They're like whatever you want. I mean, they will. They're probably trying to like kiss your hand as you're leaving. So okay. There's a knock on the door, and the bouncer is there like, sorry to interrupt, but he's like, you're kind of over your time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I walk out. I would like to pay for the rest of this young man's evening. He needs to rest at it, and I give him like enough money to cover like.
Okay. Now, whether or not Jaime will actually get the money or not is.
I already give it Jaime.
Jaime. Okay, I was gonna say.
I assume the bouncer keeps the money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, and he's not to be interrupted for the rest of the evening.
Of course, we
know.
We would love to see you back here tomorrow night, sir.
Yes, and I would love to have your utmost discretion. When we ask about me, then you never saw me.
You've given him enough money. You don't need to do anything vampiric. So they're like, whatever you want, sir.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about money is that even if somebody checks vampiric info, they won't find any. I'm just using old-fashioned, give lots of money to do stuff for you.
Okay. All right.
It's worked for millennia.
Okay.
And then I kind of gently walk out.
So we are gonna close out on you walking out. Vivi, you have found the barge. When you arrive, it is exactly what you would think of. There are ghoulish-looking men loading dead bodies onto a small boat, almost like a skiff. They probably load 5 or 6 dead bodies onto this small boat. There is a person who is going to be almost imagine like somebody going down the river Styx. I mean, it's that kind of feel. Somebody.
Are any of them still moving?
The bodies?
Yeah.
No, they are.
None of them that need a bop over the head or anything.
No, they have already gone past Bring Out Your Dead.
Yeah.
So this is no, these one already look dead. This guy is getting onto the barge. He has like his pole to push off. Yeah. When the men who are loading the bodies kind of scurry back into the darkness, but this guy who is on the skiff is looking at you like, it just look like, the fuck do you want?
Well, I'm here to see someone, obviously. Not to get on the barge, but to see someone. A certain. What was her last name? I know her first name is Amelia.
Amelia. Let me get her name again. It is.
People around here don't care
Ardito.
for first name.
Ardito. Yeah.
Miss Ardito, as it were. That's. I was hoping to find her here. She and I, we need to have a talk.
Give me manipulation and intimidation, please.
Because
this guy's kind of tough looking. He's
seen the dead, and then I get it. Yeah. There we go.
Oh my God!
Now he's scared out of his mind.
He's going to be like, "You want first class?" Or what he says is, "She is not here. She is on the island," which is where I'm going right now.
Oh, well then you will make a space on your barge here for me.
Yeah. You
what do I call you, Charon, or like?
He's like, that will do.
Okay.
And he moves a body over a little bit.
Yes, exactly. He's like, oh God, you really need some. He's going to spend the entire journey on this barge, like giving him advice about like covering up the smell and everything, and just really beautifying it and everything.
He will. He's not much of a conversation.
No. But he's going to talk anyway. He's just going to.
Okay. It takes you probably 40 minutes to get.
That's a lot of conversation. One-sided conversation.
Exactly. To get through, there's basically like lagoons around the islands to get you to this grim-looking little island covered in fog. As you get there, you can see there are a couple structures on the island. Maybe like a two-story looking building, and you see most of the island is covered in what looks like mausoleums.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And there is a stench coming from the island that blows on the wind of just rot.
Wow. When this place needs it too. Like just the whole aromatic arrangement here. Yeah.
You see there's some of those little pine trees up all the pine tree.
Exactly. Like this isn't gonna do it. Like I appreciate the effort, but it's just not. Yeah, you're gonna need something a little stronger than that. So.
We have this Febreze sponsorship, but nothing seems to help. So,
that might work. It's worth a try, honestly. Yeah.
You arrive at the island. You kind of just pull up onto the shore. When you get there, there were several men ready there who similar look to the guys you saw before. They come scurrying down. They begin to pick the bodies out and start to take them away. The boat driver, or whatever you want to call him, just points a hand out and like points past you up towards the island.
That's as much as you're going to give me, huh? Like, where is she? Like, I think that you can take me to her.
If you turn around, there is he doesn't say that, but you turn around when he's pointing as you're saying, there is a woman standing standing there watching. She is looks very young, again probably late 20s, with blonde hair, wearing a dark cloak, and the artwork for this episode is Amelia. She stands here with her hands like in her sleeves. He's just kind of watching you with interest, we'll say.
Buongiorno. Like he's just gonna look up, like and step off the barge. He's gonna step carefully over the bodies. Like he's gonna not make too much of a thing about it, but it's going to be obvious that he like takes steps over the bodies and around them and kind of makes his way past all the people carrying the corpses and everything, and he says, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Vincent, and I'm here to have a conversation with you.
And not many people choose to come to the island of the dead. And the way she speaks, she doesn't speak like a young woman. She speaks like someone with a lot of years, like very, very measured and very.
She's been around. a century or two. Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Very, and is very measured and very careful what she says. She says, "You've come seeking death. You've come to the right place."
Oh yeah, death and I were just like this. Like it's a nightly occurrence. It's just part of my business. So yeah, in fact, I'm probably responsible for some of these people behind you. So yeah.
She gestures for you to follow her. You start heading towards this area of mausoleums. You notice that the people who are kind of carrying some of these bodies, there's a definite look to them, a definite smell to them. Could you give me a wits and awareness, please?
Yes, and help me here. I want to do heightened senses, but I don't want him to pass out from the stench.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
But you are already dead. So,
yeah.
But
So
heightened senses
it'll just be a powerfully awful aroma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and add that. So that'll give me 2 extra dice on that.
Okay.
And wits and awareness. All right.
You don't have any auspex, do you?
That's what I mean. It's like heightened sentences gives me.
Okay, I got you. Oh, I'm sorry.
The 2 dice on that. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So wits and awareness. So we'll go with that. Wits and 2 dice on that. All right. Okay. That's
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a powerful stench. So yes, of course we've got complications there.
Yeah. The stench
just awful.
is just almost unbearable to your delicate Toreador.
Regretting this decision already. Yeah.
You are surrounded by death. You notice that these servants are not alive.
That's fantastic. That's great.
They are corpses, but not like you. They are whatever term they would have used back then, zombies, basically.
Yeah.
With limited intelligence, who seem to be walking around doing manual tasks for your host. The thought of necromancy disgusts you. And you're immediately regretting your decision coming here. But
revolting.
Now, yeah. So you are going to be probably at a little bit of a disadvantage for as long as you stay here.
It's that Toreador bane coming in, like it's this whole place is just crawling with maggots, and it's awful, and it smells terrible, and yeah. The dead are supposed to stay dead. They're not supposed to get up and walk around and rot in front of you. So yeah, it's
exactly
repugnant.
You pass what looks like a house, but they seem to be loading some of these new bodies in there. So you're not quite sure what goes on in that house. You are not invited into that house. She takes you past there to an area right by one of the mausoleums that has, I don't know if you've ever seen some graveyards, they put benches down for people to sit and talk to their family. There's a bench near one of the family mausoleums, and she just kind of gestures for you to sit down next to her.
He's going to, but he's clearly uncomfortable, and the heightened senses is off now. But he just can't get rid of the fact that he's basically in the equivalent of a crawling graveyard at this point. So yeah,
and you can see she has kind of a cat-like smile on her face, like she can tell it's bothering you.
Yeah. This is your normal nightly. This is a night to night for you. This is
what we do. Yes.
Yeah.
You have me at a disadvantage. You apparently know me, but I do not know you, sir.
That's unfortunate, really, because a lot of people know me, and so
And he's humble too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's something of part of my business that people know me. In fact, a lot of important people have talked to me in recent nights and tried to negotiate deals, as people do in high positions of power. I tend to get around. I know quite a lot of company that you're probably aware of. If you want to toss out some names, I probably could tell you, what I had to drink with those people and things like that. So you may call me Vincent at this time. Yeah.
Vincent, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
You are of the blood, I would say, or you would not have gotten quite this far to my island.
Indeed, I am as you are. We are of the same persuasion, as it were, in that regard. Yes.
She says, "You are no Cappadocian."
No, I am not. I have had dealings with various members of Cappadocian lineage, but I personally cannot count myself as among your number. No.
Are they clanmates of mine in this very city?
They might be. They just might be. I mean, do you all work together?
At times, when it suits our needs.
Oh. See, I thought this was like a whole operation between all of you, and now I'm enlightened. That there's just there may be different personal interests here.
Who has sent you?
Well, that's a long story, but the short version is the Archbishop has sent me.
I trust his judgment.
Yeah. I generally do too, but he and I had something of a misunderstanding in regards to his doorman. His doorman didn't know who I was, and that was a problem. And I needed to really explain to him who I was in a manner that was not altogether to the Archbishop's liking. So.
What is your occupation, sir?
I get around. I just, I'm a man about town, and I sometimes supply your kind with the sort of free labor that you're making use of out there.
And you're no necromancer.
I'm not. No, that's all you on that side of the table. I just happen to provide the goods. Yeah.
You're a killer, a paid killer, I would.
You have it. You express it well. Yes. From time to time, I take a little compensation in order to, we shall say, shorten the life of a particular individual. Mostly I keep it clean. It's not a messy operation, but no doubt, like I said, you have benefited from my services already without knowing it, and therefore are in my debt to a certain degree.
and she just smiles at that.
Yeah.
So, who among our kind uses your services? If again, you have me at a great disadvantage here.
And that disadvantage is probably only increasing when you find out that I've actually supplied you with free labor. So honestly, I sympathize. I do. So to actually make it easier for you, there are certain you could call them interested parties in Venice. They, how shall we put this, have taken this interest in, well, it may be an economic feud between you and perhaps your fellow Cappadocians, and maybe even the Giovanni, that are here in Venice. Yeah.
Her eyes gonna narrow when you say Giovanni.
Yeah, upstarts, right. They tend to not have cultivated a great reputation. Yeah. As from my understanding of certain other important people's opinions of them.
So she kind of chews on this for a moment and says,
"You're aware of them, I assume."
Oh yes, they are. Servers back up. They an interesting addition to our clan. Quite ambitious.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Might I make a intuitive leap, shall we say?
I'm here for the leaps, yeah.
Has someone from the Giovanni contracted you to kill one of my clan?
Well, if that were the case, you would probably already no longer be engaged in this sort of business. Yeah.
Ah.
So I would say that it's still in the process of what I would call negotiation at this point. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of your position relative to your family's position, as it were, relative to the Giovanni upstarts.
I would never have seen you coming if you had intended to kill me, so I trust that you were here just for conversation.
Oh, yes. I wouldn't waste your time if I was here to kill you. I would just do it. I'm very professional.
Are your services then for sale?
I see that you're a person of some business acumen. Yes, I could be persuaded, as it were, to hear your offer.
I may just want information first.
Information can be provided, but I also, could acquire that along with perhaps supplying you with another bit of labor. We can do more than one thing.
She gestures around. She says, "There will always be dead. The dead join us every evening."
That's fair. Yeah. But you could have more.
Just
never have too many bodies.
The way men slaughter each other without a care. Finding more dead is not an issue.
That's understandable. Yeah. People live short and violent lives here.
I would be more inclined to gather more information about perhaps what the Giovanni have in mind for not only our own clan, but perhaps for the others.
Their ambitions in general, yeah.
You have gained a friendship with one of these members of the family?
I am in the market, as it were, and so I would like to get to know them better. Although if they lack the aromatic beautification measures that you clearly have not invested in, then yes, it could also be a trial for me, and the price might go up just a little bit in order to endure this sort of experience more than once. So yeah, the price would probably be higher, steeper, if they're not in the market of at least applying some degree of.
She seems slightly amused, and you're not quite sure if offended.
Yeah.
So
I can't be the first person to tell you that you to recommend some floral beautification, some enhancements.
Please give me a charisma and etiquette roll, please.
Okay, all right, I can do this.
Vivi suffers from diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and yeah, he's at a penalty. So this roll is not actually. Mm-hmm. I'm going to search just to give him some dice here, but he's suffering right now a 2-dot penalty. So yeah, this is not. I'll be lucky if. Oh well, he didn't do terrible there. And
bestial failure.
Yeah, he's suffering. This is an awful place for him. So and now he's up to 300. So
okay. Yeah, she sees you are kind of backpedaling a little bit.
He's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she says, "Sir, I don't think you're in any position to upcharge me. In fact,
I have you at a disadvantage."
because you feel that the more you stay here, the closer you feel to true death. And God, is there something whispering around you in the darkness?
Oh God!
Looking around, you're like, did I hear a voice? I
am going to do a thing right now that doesn't require a roll. I'm going to use Sense the Unseen.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to engage in that and probably see things that I never want to see again. So, yeah. So that doesn't require a roll. It just kind of allows him to see things that most people can't.
Yeah. Glancing about you as she starts to speak, you see the shadows kind of moving a little bit, and you think you hear something shuffling like somebody shuffling through the thick grass, like something's approaching you. As she says, "You're not going to upsell me."
Okay, all right. Like I said, you've got business acumen. You're driving a hard bargain.
We can be partners. We can. But as long as we're on even footing.
That's fair. You're shrewd. I'll give you that. Yeah.
She says nothing. She says, I would like information about possible targets that the Giovanni are looking at in exchange for I will offer you a education in something. In game terms, she's willing to teach you a dot of a discipline that she knows. And however flowery language she would, but yeah, basically, if you give her good concrete information, she's willing to train you in a discipline.
Fantastic. Is there any particular operation of theirs, or location perhaps, where they do such things as you're doing here, or something you would like to have disrupted, as it were?
She says apparently they have a headquarters that Augustus Giovanni, the head of the family, is in the process of establishing. I've heard of it called, and she just kind of chuckles, the mausoleum.
Oh, original.
Dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
Yes. Yeah.
Creative.
She says they must come up with a better name than that.
Yeah, right, yeah. I agree.
Says, if you can gain the trust of this unnamed member of the family, because she hasn't asked for the name, and find out possibly who they would be aiming at, I will compensate you in the ways of the blood.
It would be my pleasure.
She says, do we have a deal then?
We have an accord. Yes. Okay. I believe that is sufficient.
She says, I will take your word as a businessman.
I am a man of my word, and my reputation precedes me wherever I go, except for here.
Okay. So. She says, when you have information, deliver it to the barge, and they will bring notice to me, and then we will discuss it further.
Heron and I are of great terms, so I will.
And she smiles and says. Yeah. He so aspires to that, but
yes, indeed. I could tell. He's rather efficient at his job, but we came to an immediate understanding, so I'm sure that it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where we kind of close out for the evening, is with Vincent sitting across from Amelia on this bench.
Looking just absolutely. He's doing everything he can to control his face and just to not repulsed and
and then and that's where we kind of close out for the evening. So I want to thank my players for another great evening of Vampire the Masquerade. We definitely have a lot going on. I think for everybody, got some new things going on. So how's everybody feeling?
Great.
Yeah, Iskra's a little worried about where she's gonna live, but Yeah.
Where is it?
Where can I go now?
He just needs to talk to Vivi, and he'll suggest that he can just like kill somebody, and she can move in there. He's just like, that's easy. We can come up with a vacant premises pretty rapidly.
Maybe she'll ask. I don't know.
He'll find a vacancy.
Exactly.
Or he'll make one.
Right.
What kind of place you want? I can.
That's right.
Okay. And thanks again to everybody who's watching. People joined in the stream. I appreciate it. We will be back in a couple weeks. We are going to be taking a small break here at the channel. We will be back on second week of June with new games. So thank everybody for watching. Before we wrap up for the night, I'll see if anybody has anything they want to mention, plug. We will start with Jen.
Of course. Hi, I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. It's been around since 2011 with various hosts in the process. And so new episodes come out generally every Saturday with whatever's new about the Diablo games and such. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to plug got going on?
Well, I've got something on the 25th and 26th. Wondrous Haven channel is doing a mental health thing, I'm going to be GMing a game of Honey Heist.
Awesome.
So you want to pop in there and watch that.
Awesome. Cool. That sounds good. I've heard of that game. I haven't played it before.
Yeah, I've never run it, but it's first time for everything.
Okay. Exactly. Anybody else have anything going on? You want to?
No, nothing for me.
The rest of you are vampires who hide from the internet. So
okay. We do. Yeah, you're always welcome to reach out to me on Discord, but other than that, I'm pretty hard to find. So
okay. Yeah. He's a paid assassin,
That's right.
Yes.
You gotta leave something in the drop spot. So
okay. That's right. Leave it in the drop box. Yeah. Dead drop.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. Then we're gonna go ahead and close out for the evening, and we will see you all in a couple weeks. Good evening.
Thanks, Aaron.
Bye.